Leaving the summit of Mount Olympia, and we're headed down a trail toward North Peak of Diablo, which is even higher in the fog. And this is going to be really cool. I don't know, we got a ways to go yet. On the traverse to North Peak, looking up the mountain, here's what we're seeing. Got some rolling fog, got a few antennas. That might be North Peak summit right there. We're climbing and climbing and climbing. This is intense and awesome. Look at this. Little tiny trail clinging to the side of a hill. Ah! We just came out on top of North Peak after the steepest 45-degree pitch I think I've seen in a while with this much weight, and I am on fire. And look at the clouds out there. Holy, 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 holy. Wow. Here we are, dude. Greg, near the radio tower, on the top of North Peak, above the clouds. Say hello to the kids, Greg.
Hello, kids.
All right. Well, we made it. This is us on the summit of North Peak. Mount Diablo, true summit, is over there somewhere. And I'm standing here amidst a bunch of microwave towers, all sort of strategically pointed away from this spot so that nobody gets cooked. So that's interesting, right? Could have barbecued Brian for dinner if we want. That would be very silly. But we are above and in the clouds here. A minute ago there was a break in the clouds and Greg and I both got a clear glimpse of the snow-topped Sierras way over that way. It's quite a view. The sun's coming through the clouds once in a while, and man, this is awesome. Greg's doing his whatever that is over there. Sort of slightly off the summit, but this is the summit rock. That is my foot on it, and that is a big pack that I carried on my back up a really steep incline to get to this summit, and it is a bitch. It's going to be a really hard one to get down with this pack on. I'm kind of not looking forward to it, so gotta go. I'll log in a minute later. Bye. Prospector's Gap ahead somewhere in the fog. We have a little saddle here where the fog is coming up and over. It looks really cool. But I like this sort of craggy bit of rock right here too. It's cragged. It has crags. Oh, it also has crags. Well, here we are on the descent. Once again, my hips are on fire from the weight, and Greg is waxing troll-like in the background again. Can you do that little hoppy thing that I told you?
Fire.
Yeah, that thing I told you never to do again. Can you do that again? Whoa! Oh!
Don't die.
Oh, this is me not dying in the weeds. But look. How awesome is that? Pretty cool. Oh, ow.
Way on YouTube to save those videos.
Well, down there is the car somewhere. That's Clayton, California, and over here we are approaching the summit of Bald Peak, I believe. So this will be our third summit in one day. Olympia first, North Peak second, and about to summit Bald Peak right here through some crags. This is pretty cool. I like this. Greg, what do you have to say about that?
I like it a lot.
He likes it a lot. Up there, on that summit, right there, and that tree right there, are a couple of very large birds. We think they are condors. And that is so cool. They're just hanging out. They're gigantic. And sitting there being huge. Oh, there goes one right there. Check him out. Oh, there goes the other one. He's right there. That is cool. That is a very large, fleshy-headed, meat-eating, carnivorous, raptor-y bird. We heart raptory birds. There's apparently a patch of this trail upcoming very soon called Begin Rocks, followed by another patch of trail called End Rocks. And I gotta tell you, I'm really looking forward to the beginning of Begin Rocks, because that's where like the rocks start. So I will film more when Begin Rocks begins, and maybe before End Rocks ends, or begins, or what is it? I don't know, you could slice that one any different way you want. Anyway, well, my disappointment knows no bounds, because we're apparently right in the middle of Begin Rocks, which looks like this. Ooh, rocky. So, I can only assume that End Rocks is a little endier and a little less rocky than it is here, which looks like this. Ooh. Did I mention I'm disappointed? I was all excited for Begin Rocks, man. I love rocky fields. Oh well. We're back on an easy descent through greenery, through shrubbery, and the scent of nettles and other fragrant plants around here is awesome. This is really the coming to the end of this canyon, after which we have a bit more descent to the car, and I think we're done after that. Here we are at the tail end of our journey, and well, it was cool. We made it safe and sound, and look at what we came back to. The fog cleared up, and look at these friggin' fields and rolling hills, and right up there is Olympia, Mount Olympia, and right next to it with the tower on it is North Peak, and right over there is Prospector's Gap, where we then began a downward trip underneath the larger peak up there, which you kind of can't see behind that tree. But way back in the distance, back in there, is Bald Peak that we talked about and saw birds on. And we came down at the foot of this, and it's this huge grassy area, and it is just stunning. Here we find Greg in his natural habitat.
Who is also stunning.
Who is also stunning, hunting for roots and berries.